Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hey future Canadians. Today, Saskatchewan PNP Provincial Nomination Program has announced something which is going to change the whole paradigm of Saskatchewan PNP, and it is not really a great picture, or you would call it's not a pretty picture for Saskatchewan PNP anymore. So I have created a screen recording that I'm going to share with you, so that you would actually know what's going on with Saskatchewan PNP. Watch the complete video till the end so that we complete our analysis on Saskatchewan PNP. Then you please share your views in the comment section of this video. So let me take you to the screen and share it with you. Right guys, so I've opened this Saskatchewan PNP website. As you could see here, this is their point calculating web page where you could calculate your points. And if we go down, as you can see here, it's effective November 24. Last night actually, they made this change as per Pakistani Standard Time. And today when I woke up to this news, and it says that up to 10 points can be claimed by those that who have English and French language ability simultaneously. Okay, so basically francophones are going to get extra points, and let's find out what is it going to be. As I've created a video 4 to 5 days ago, I stated that maximum points that a person can get without a connection, without a job offer, without a relative in Saskatchewan could be 70 points. Okay, it was called the Factor 1, which did not require any adaptability for Factor 1, and the maximum points allotted for Factor 1 were 70 points, but now it has changed. So let me quickly take you to how they calculate their scores. This is their educational points. As you can see that if you have a master's degree, you get 23 points. Okay, and if you have work experience of 5 years, you get 10 points. That is 23 plus 10, 33 points. Okay, and if you have up to 10 years of work experience, you get additional 5 points. So 33 plus 5 is equal to 38 points. Now, if you have a master's degree, if you have 10 years of work experience, you get 38 points. Okay, now comes the language ability. Let's say if your first language is English and you have scored a CLB 8, CLB 9 or CLB 10, then what you're going to get is 20 points for CLB 8 and higher. And we're assuming that your first language is English in terms of Canadian immigration, right? Your first language would obviously be Urdu or Hindi or Bengali or whatever native language you have. But for the sake of SINP, I'm going to assume that you have first language of English. Okay, now 20 points. When we add 20 points to the 38 point, we arrive at 58 points. Okay, now this is the big change. This is the change. Previously, before November 24th, 2020, they did not have extra points for second language, but now they do. And if you score CLB 8 or higher in French language, then you would be able to get 10 extra points. That will make it to 68 points. And even if you score CLB 4, which is the minimum score, which is allegedly after a hard work of 6 months, you would be able to get CLB 4. But for CLB 8, people say that you need at least one year and up to 1.5 years to achieve this CLB 8 level. And if these added points, these ones, if you include these in your Factor 1 of Saskatchewan point grade system, then obviously it is not going to stay till 70. Before it was maximum 70, but now it is maximum 80. So now if you have French language as your second language and you are able to get CLB 8 in it, then you would be able to get 10 extra points, which were not included in the previous video, which were not included until yesterday, and they have announced it today. Now obviously, as we have discussed in the previous video, if you are below 35, If you have not turned 35, then you would be able to get 12 points for this age bracket. And if you cross 35, then you would be able to get 10 points out of it. Now 68 plus 12, that makes it 80, which is the maximum points for factor 1, 80 points. Now previously, before yesterday, there used to be 70 points here, but now it has 80 points. So now that is a huge change for factor 1. Yeah. Now if you have connection to Saskatchewan, then obviously for a job offer you will be getting 30 points. For a close family relative you would be getting 20 points, and for the factor 2 the maximum points you would be getting would be 30 points. Added to 80 points, it would be 110. Previously it was 100 round figure, which was maximum points for Saskatchewan point grade system, but now they have increased it to 110. Now this is a factor total of 1 and 2, and this is a big change. This is going to change the whole paradigm of Saskatchewan PNP. And now the people who are called francophones, who know English and French both, they would be preferred by Saskatchewan. And the other points, the factor 1 points, previously their draws were regularly selecting people at 70 points, but now with this increment people getting 70 points on their point grid system, they will not be having a surety of achieving an ITA, because previously 70 points were maximum, but now they have 80 points. So it is a difficult situation. It is a fluid situation. If there are any other changes, then I would be surely making a video on that. But for now, it seems like as their last draw was at 78 points, and it seems like that it is going to be remaining above 75 points for a good period of time, because francophones would be now applying for Saskatchewan. Okay, now my analysis. All in all, Saskatchewan is basically a cold province of Canada as compared to many other provinces, and not everyone would be assessing their eligibility for Saskatchewan PNP. Okay, now if you are a francophone, then obviously there are many provinces that prefer francophones, and those provinces, they are actually quite economically well established than Saskatchewan. So a person with French language skills, he might not want to apply for Saskatchewan PNP. Yeah, he would prefer English instead of French, because if you know French, you could apply for French stream of Ontario, you could apply for Quebec, you could apply for many other sorry, my writing is too bad on this keyboard. So they could apply for so many provinces. Why would they apply for Saskatchewan? So it is not going to bring a huge difference, in my opinion, in the long run. In the long run, it's going to get normalized. It is going to get normalized, and it will come back to the old system. But now, as we used to say, that if you have 70 points on Saskatchewan, you're in safe waters. If you have 69 points, you're in safe waters. But now it is going to change. If you have 69 points on Saskatchewan, then you would be lucky to get into it, because now their language ability points have changed, and things are going to get a lot difficult for people who do not have French language skills. So if you were thinking about learning a new language, learning French for Canadian immigration, now is the time, because as you know, that Saskatchewan was the last hope for many people. For many people, Saskatchewan PNP was kind of a last hope who had crossed 30 years of age. But with this increment of factor 1 points, maybe learning French language is inevitable. So with these words, I wish you all the best for your Canadian immigration. I wish you all the best for getting nominated by Saskatchewan PNP. But currently, this situation is not good for people with English language skills, and you should be learning French if you want to apply for Canadian immigration in 2020. This is my free advice for you. But obviously, French language is not everyone's cup of tea. And still, if you have other options, if you have 70 points on Saskatchewan, I would say that you should not be worried. You should be staying put, and you should be putting your faith into it. And also, you should be keep on trying to improve your overall CRS, so that you could get a chance in another PNP or in another FSW program. And you should not be counting on Saskatchewan if you have 69 points for Factor 1. So, with these words, this is Iftikhar, and I'm signing off with 80 points of Factor 1. This is too much hell.